Let us first take God's blessings before we move ahead with the webinar. Our Heavenly Father, we come to you asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Fill us with your grace and glory. Help the students in understanding the content and apply the suggestions to build their beautiful careers. We ask these things in your precious name. Amen. Good morning, respected principal, vice principals, deans, IQAC coordinator, ICT member Mr. Ramkumar, faculty members, and my dear students. A very warm welcome to the webinar, Career Planning, hosted in association with ICT Academy. ICT Academy is an organization that is working with an aim to bridge the industry-academia skills gap and to develop the next generation teachers and students. We, the Stella College, in association with ICT Academy, wanted to give awareness on career planning to our final year students. We welcome a special warm welcome to Mr. Satish Veliveti and Amarnath sir. Satish Veliveti sir is CEO of Aspiring Minds from Vizag, and we just now came to know about Satish sir, and we are very much eager to listen to you, sir. All our students are waiting. I request you to take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, so friends, good morning, everyone. So,
good morning.
Friends, two things should happen. One, you should be able to see me. Two, you must be able to hear my voice. If all two things are happening, please type 2 in the chat box, please. I repeat, you must be able to see me, and 2, you must be able to hear my voice clearly. If all these two are happening, please type 2 in the chat box, please. I know one thing further. If I take hay to feed my horses, hay, right? If I take hay to feed my horses further, if only one horse comes to me, I will still feed the horse further. I will not starve it. Father understands. He thinks, oh, even if one horse comes, he'll feed the horse, which means he's telling me that even if one fellow comes, I must do the speech. The father says, son, I got your message. Do not worry. I'll imagine a big crowd here. but I will do the speech for you. The father, with all excitement, he goes back on the stage, he takes the mic, and for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, unbelievable speech for non-stop 6 hours. For non-stop 6 hours, he'll do the best speech possible. After 6 hours, he'll wipe the sweat, he'll drop the mic, he'll go to the boy and he says, "Son, how is my speech?" The boy says, "Father, I'm just a cowboy. How can I tell you how you did this, father? But I know one thing, father." The cowboy says, "I know one thing, father. If only one horse comes to me, father, I will not dump the whole hay on the horse. I'll only feed a little." Right? So that's exactly what I don't want to do with you, friends. Just because I have a full day session on career guidance, I don't dump the whole thing on you today. In this little time we are together, we'll only learn a few concepts, but we'll learn them powerfully. Shall we? If you're ready, just type "ready" in the chat box, please. And may I request the host of this meeting to keep everybody on mute, please?
Sure, sir, sure.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Right. So, friends, I want you to quickly make notes throughout this session. And, friends, now, when we talk about career guidance to students, the first thing we need to understand here, friends, is a concept called ASK. I'm sure some of you might be knowing this concept, but I call this the ASK concept. I want you to take a fresh page and write the letters ASK in a vertical format. A below AS below SK, right? ASK in a vertical format, friends. Okay, ask, right? ASK. Now, friends, we all have one common goal here. I don't know who you are watching this session, but I know this, that we all as students, we all have one common goal. The goal is we want to have a fantastic future in a great career. Do you agree? Type yes, please. Isn't it, my friends? Everybody of us, we all want to excel in our life and just get into a career and have a great, successful life. Do you agree? Please type yes. Isn't it, my friends? Now, the question is, now we all know that we all have one common goal. We want to get into some good career, start making good money and become independent. We don't want to be dependent on our parents all our life. Do you agree, my friends? Isn't it? Now, my question is very simple. If you really want to become independent, get into a career, start making good money, and you should get into a position where in the future you should be able to support your parents when they get old. If you want to get into such position, my question is, who will provide you that kind of money every single month? Will your parents pay you the salary? Please type your answers quickly. If you really want to become independent in life and get into a good career and just start living on your own, will your parents pay you salary all your life, my friends? Who's going to do that? Mostly corporates, isn't it? The multinational companies. Maybe a few of you here may get into your own professions, and maybe a few of you may become entrepreneurs, but a majority of students, generally, they get into jobs, right? They get into a career where they work for a corporate. Now, do you know this, my friends, that all these top corporates, the MNCs, the top corporates, they're screaming at the top of their lungs. We are so busy, so we're not listening to them, but the top corporates are screaming at the top of their lungs, and they're saying, ask us. They're saying, please ask us. End of day, we are the MNCs. We are going to provide you the kind of lucrative packages. We are the corporates. We're going to give you the jobs. So please ask us what we want, is what they're screaming. And if you really ask them, you know what they're saying, friends? These corporates are saying, and if you really ask them, these corporates are saying, we need three things. If we really have to, if I as an MNC, if I have to take you into my company and give you a lucrative package, MNCs require three things from you, my friends. And those three things are called the ASK. Please make note of them, where first one, A stands for, write down, attitude. Please make note of it. Please understand this, my friends. If you really want to excel in your career, the first thing, the top companies which they will take you by paying you the big packages, the first thing they're looking at is not your mark sheet. Definitely your marks and percentages are important, but that's not the first thing they look at. The first thing they look at is, does this student has got a great attitude, right? Now the second thing, now friends, let me ask you this question. Show me any school or any college in this country where attitude is being taught as a subject. I don't think so, right? Why is it that, let me ask you this simple question. How many friends do you think really want to have a great career and excel in life, make big money and get successful? How many actually want that to happen? Please type me in the chat box. You genuinely want to have a great career, a great future, big package, and you want to really get successful. How many of you really want to do that? Just type me in the chat box. Everyone, right? Actually, the truth is, everyone want it. Agree, friends? How many friends do you actually think they're getting into great careers? And how many do you actually think are able to make big package? Or how many do you think are actually able to live their dreams and make a big career? How many do you think are actually doing it? Type your answer, please. Everybody wants to have a great career, but how many do you think are actually achieving it? Type your answers. I think the chat is a little slow here from my side. Okay, I'll repeat my question. Everybody wants to achieve success, right? Everybody wants to have a great career. That's understood, because a majority of you wrote me. I understand that. Now the question is, how many do you think are actually achieving success, my friends? Career-wise, how many? Very few, isn't it, friends? You'll be shocking to know statistically it's only 4%. Do you know, friends? Only 4% people are actually able to make big careers in life. 96% people, though they want to have a great career, though they want to achieve success, name and fame and money, but only 4% are actually able to achieve big success in life. A shocking fact, isn't it? Now, my goal is very simple. In this program, I want to show you how you can be in the top 4%. Do you want to be the top 4%? Type 4 in the chat box, please. Right. So friends, please keep chatting with me all through the time so that I know that you're participating. And when you participate better, you'll learn better, friends, right? So here's the simple rule. Everybody wants to get you success in career, but only 4% are achieving it. And here's the good news, friends. A lot of research was done on this top 4% as to how they could get to the top of their careers. And the good news, the answers are found. Friends, the first reason why 96, now let me ask you this question. 96% population, they want to have a great career, but they're not able to get it there. Does it mean, friends, does it mean that they're not capable? Does it mean they don't have the potential? Does it mean they don't have the intelligence? Does it mean that, friends? No, isn't it? I'm sure even you have seen a lot of people out there who are highly talented, but still they live a life of mediocre. Agree, friends? Let me tell you why. The first mistake we all do in life, friends, talking about career and choosing a career, the first mistake we all do in life is 96% people, what the biggest mistake we do, why we don't achieve the kind of success we want to achieve in life is because we misuse our power cells. First, understand this, my friends. Achieving success is more psychology. It's more 80% psychology, 20% is, your logistics, right? So let's look at the psychology part first. A majority of us, friends, 96% people I'm talking about, why they don't achieve big success is because they misuse their power sense, friends. Now, what do I mean by power sense? Friends, I'm going to ask you a question. Please type your answers in the chat box. We have 5 senses, right? We all know eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. We have the 5 human senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. Among the 5 senses we have, friends, tell me, which is the most powerful sense for us? Among the 5 senses we have, what is the most powerful sense for human beings? Please type your answers quickly in the chat box. I repeat my question. Among the 5 senses human beings have, what is the most powerful sense for human beings, friends? Absolutely right. Okay, it's eyes. Okay, friends, it's not ears, Gautami, Divya, it's eyes. Okay, friends, do you know eyes are powerful? Everybody shout and say, I can't hear you, but shout and say, eyes are powerful, friends. Do you know this? Let me give an example. Let's say I'm walking on the road in the opposite direction. An old friend is coming, a very old friend. I forgot his name. I know him. I know his face. I forgot his name. Now, to recall his name, there are 3 options. Tell me which option is better. Option 1, I'll close my eyes. I use my vision. I'll go back to my past and I'll say, Suresh. Do I do that? Or option 2, do I go and start smelling him? Or option 3, do I go and start licking him? Which one? Obviously, I don't smell and lick him because our strong sense is not nose and tongue. Our strongest sense are eyes. Do you know this, friends? Now, let me ask you this question. For a dog, okay? For a dog, what's the most powerful sense? What's the most powerful sense for dog? Nose, right? Smell, you're right. For a human being, the most powerful sense are eyes, friends. And let me tell you this, 96% people, they misuse their power sense. They misuse their eyes. What do I mean? Friends, we're going to do a small activity to make you understand this. I cannot see any of you sitting there, but please genuinely participate. If you participate in the activity, you're going to learn about the power of your eyes. Okay, I'm going to prove to you first that eyes are powerful. Then I'll tell you how you're misusing it and how to use it better. Right? So let's do a small activity now to prove that eyes are powerful. Everybody, look at me and do what I tell you. 1, 2, 3. You know how to flip the fingers, right? You have to say 1, 2, 3 and do it. Okay, everybody start with me. Start. 1, 2, 3. I'm assuming you're doing it. Please participate. Say 1, 2, 3 as you do it. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. One more time, please. 1, 2, 3. Now, everybody, your middle finger on the chin, please. Please keep it. Your middle finger on the chin. Middle finger on the chin. Very good. Hold it like that, friends. Please hold it like that. You know, friends, this is the chin. Yeah, and this is the cheek. Which class are we? Isn't it, friends? You know, I can't see you though, but I'm sure a majority of you kept it here, right? Please genuinely answer in the chat box. If you have kept it in the wrong way, type me in the chat box, please. You know, friends, when I do my live seminars, even if 1,000 students sit, everybody keeps it here. I'll tell you why. Because understand, friends, eyes are powerful, friends. It is not what I say. It's what you see is what you do. Do you understand this, friends? Please understand again. It's not what I say, my friends. What you see is what you do. What you see is what you do, because we think with our eyes, friends. Let me prove it one more time, okay? One more activity. I'll prove it one more time. This time, be more alert, okay? Be more alert this time. Everyone, please, let's participate. Let's do it together. Keep your right hand like this. Please participate. It's fun. Everyone, please do it. Put your right hand like this. Everybody shout and say, eyes are powerful. Please say that. Good. Now put your right hand up. Everyone, please raise it up. Right hand up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now, who asked you to rotate your hand? I'm sure some of you are rotating your hands. Now, who asked you to rotate your hand, friends? I didn't, right? I only said 1, 2, 3, isn't it? You know why you did that? Friends, please understand. It is not what I say, my friends. It's what you see is what you do. What you see is what you do. We think with our eyes, my friends. And here's the biggest mistake we do. What we see is what we do. If what we see is what we do, what you see is important to you, my friends. Please understand this. Let me ask you a simple question. I want everyone to genuinely answer me in the chat. Do you really want to be in the top 4% career successful person, or do you want to be a mediocre 96% population? Where do you want to be? 4% or 96%? Please genuinely type your answer, please. Just type 4 or 96. Where do you really want to be? Type your answers. Very good. Friends, we are all very clear, right? Every one of us sitting here, we are very clear. Thank you for your answers. We are clear that we want to be in the top 4%. Agree, friends? But let me ask you this. All these years of your life, every day from morning to night, whom did you look at most of the time? Did you look at the world-class top 4% people, or did you look at the normal 96% people? Whom are you looking at the whole time, friends? Just type your answers quickly. All these years of your life, the most of your day, the whole day actually, are you looking at the top 4% world-class people, or are you looking at the normal 96% people? Whom are you looking at? Normal 96, isn't it? See, that's where we're going wrong, friends. What you see is what you do. What you see is what you do, right? So if you are seeing 96% people, you know what happens? What you see is what you do. So you take their habits, you take their attitudes, and we become like them. It is not the question of capability, friend. It's not the question of your potential. It's a question of we misusing our power sense. You understand why only 4% get successful? It's not because 96% are not capable. But the biggest mistake we all do in life is we say we want to be the top 4%, but we get up in the morning, every day, we spend time, we look at normal people, we take their habits. Habits are contagious, attitudes are contagious, and we become one among them. No, my friends, if you really want to excel in your career, if you want to get successful in life, the lesson you need to take home today first is before even I talk about the career opportunities here, frankly speaking, the career opportunities after finishing your degree, you go to Google and search for career opportunities, you find thousands of pages there. So it's not the question of opportunities, friends. It's the question of you having three things, ASK first. Where the first thing is attitude. If you really want to be in the top 4%, you need to, my friend, you need to build the top 4% people's attitude. I'm making sense so far. Please type yes in the chat box, please. That's what the MNCs look for. The first thing they look at is, does this student has got a great attitude, right? The second thing they look at, my friends, is yes, please write down. Yes stands for skills. Please understand, the second thing the MNCs will look for is your skills, my friends. Once they see that you have a great attitude, the next thing they look at is, does this student has got sufficient skills? Only then, understand, my friends, only after that, they look at your K. Write down K stands for knowledge. Your marks, your percentage, your qualification are definitely important, but they're not sufficient. Please understand this. The first thing they look at is your attitude, then your skills, and then your knowledge, my friends. Let's face the reality. Okay, let's talk reality, friends. Let's face it. I want you to genuinely give me a frank answer in the chat box, please. Today, let's look at the reality out in the market there. Today, if 1 lakh students, example, if 1 lakh students, they finish their BTech or MBA, some qualification, some degree, and once they come out, you give me an answer in the chat box. How many friends, let's say 1 lakh students finish their degree. Out of 1 lakh students, how many do you think are actually able to get good jobs with good packages? Type your answer. If 1 lakh students finish their BTech today, how many do you think are actually able to get good jobs? Type your answer. Just type your percentage. Think and answer. How many do you actually think are able to make it to top companies and make good packages? 10,000, I wish, Gautami Divyagaru, I wish it's 10,000. No. Statistically speaking, it's only 4,600, friends. So pathetic, isn't it? 4.6. Seriously. Out of 1 lakh students finishing their degree, only 4.6% are able to actually get into big companies with big packages, which means more than 95% people are getting into average jobs or below average jobs. And I'm sure you know this. A lot of students I see personally, for example, a lot of BTechs, they finish their BTech and they work in call centers. I'm sure you know it. The students who are BTechs and they work in Swiggy and Zomato today. A lot of students I know who are BTechs, they come and starts working as salesmen and saleswomen in real estate. The harsh truth, friends, it's so pathetic to listen. I have one of my clients, I'm also a success coach for people. I have one of my clients who's a bank manager, okay, Bank of Maharashtra manager, and he's telling me 2 years back this happened. 2 years back, in their bank, there's this post called PTS post, and there are 700 requirements across the country. They have Bank of Maharashtra branches all over the country. So entire country the branches require 700 posts for PTS. You know how many applied? More than 2 lakh students applied for that. The pathetic situation is, out of this 2 lakh, more than 80% are graduates and postgraduates. You know what PTS stands for? Part-time sweeper. You heard it right. In a bank, it's just a post called part-time sweeper, and the required qualification is just 10th fail or pass. And imagine 2 lakh applying and more than 80% of graduates and postgraduates. Friends, why? Because all these people, they have their knowledge, right? In ASK, they have the knowledge, they have the qualification, they have the experience. I mean, they have this marks and percentage, they have the qualification, they have the knowledge. But what they lack? Attitude and skills. My dear friends, please understand this today, that no matter what field you get into, it's important that you build a strong ASK. Let me ask you a very simple question. I want you to genuinely think and type your answers in the chat box. See, imagine 2 students, okay? I really want you to think and just type the answers in the chat box. 2 students. Let's say both of them finish their graduation. Let's say both of them finish their MBA or BTech or some graduation, okay? They finish their degree. Now, one student is a college topper. Let's say her name is A, the other girl is B, okay? This girl A, she's a college topper. She's a university topper. She's like 90% candidate, okay? She scored 90% in her final examination. And the other girl, B, she is an average student. She got 60%. Now, the other girl, B, she's an average student. She got 60%, right? So A, college topper, and B, average pass out. They are both going to interview today for the same company, for the same job. Imagine they both are going to the company for the same post. Now, this girl A, though she's a college topper, all she got are those marks. But B, the girl who's got average marks, though she has got 60%, she's got great communication skills. Okay, friends, can you hear me now? I think there's some technical issues, so I was logged out of the meeting and I came in back. Can you hear me now? Please type yes in the chat box. Good, thank you. Now, so I missed the chat you sent to me. Just send it again. So who do you think will get the job? A or B? A, the college topper, B, the average pass out. Who will get the job actually? Who got the possibility of getting it? Please type your answers. See, that's the point. Isn't it, my friends? Isn't it? Why? Why? Because understand, this girl A has only got knowledge. In ASK, she has got tremendous knowledge.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir.
Right. Thank you so much. I don't know why there's some technical problem. The meeting is throwing me out and pulling me inside in again. Anyways, now can you hear me now? Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so I'm trying to say that that's the power of ASK, my friends. Please understand this. If you are dreaming about having a great career, please understand that getting great percentage, getting great marks is important, but that's only half the battle. The other half, my friends, is building the right attitude and great skills inside you. And that's exactly, friends, what top 4% people do. While 96% of students are busy getting into examinations, scoring and getting their qualification, top 4% understand the power of ASK. So besides building their knowledge, besides building their technical knowledge in subjects, they also make sure they take time to build the right attitude and great skills, my friends. And in this context, I want to share with you a formula that you need to remember for a lifetime. Please make note of it, friends. Note down this formula. If you want to excel in career, this is a formula you should remember for a lifetime. Write down your money is equal to. Once you get into career, you start making money, right? Please remember that your money, there's a formula for money, which unfortunately schools and colleges don't teach us. Please write down your money is equal to your value in the marketplace. Please write down There's a formula for money. Write down your money is equal to, friends, your value in the marketplace. Underline the word marketplace there. Your money is equal to your value in the marketplace. Friends, maybe you are a very valuable daughter. Strongly agree. Maybe you're a very valuable mother. Agree. You're a very valuable friend. Agree. Strongly agree. But just maybe you're a very valuable citizen to the country. Agree. But by just being a valuable daughter or a valuable mother or a valuable citizen and a friend or a valuable sister, you will not, nobody will pay you money, isn't it? Just because you're a valuable daughter taking care of your parents very, very well, nobody will come and give you a 10 lakh check for that, right? So being valuable mother, daughter, sister, brother, friend is good. Keep it up. But that doesn't give you money. But if you want to make big money in life, there's a formula called you should be valuable in the marketplace, my friends. Now, what's a marketplace? Is a place where you work, the company you're getting into. Now, that's called the marketplace, right? So you should be more valuable in the marketplace. What do you mean? Your money decides, your value decides your money, friends. The more valuable you are in the marketplace to the company, the more money you make. Let me give you an example. Let's say if you join my company, say I have my company called Advanced Minds. Okay, I live in Vizag, by the way. Imagine for a second that you have come to my company and you join my company working for me. And just imagine this for a second that, let's say with the kind of efforts you're putting in, with the kind of excellence work you're putting in, you are able to make 10 lakh profit for me every single month. Okay, let me ask you this question first, friends. Do you agree that, I'm sure you have seen even in live examples also that two students, let me give an example first. Two students, they both finish their graduation, they get into a company. They both start their career with, let's say, 30,000 rupees each. Example, starting salaries 30K per month. Okay. After 5 years, if you look at both of them, after 5 years, one student in her career, she has grown from 30,000. She's now making, after 5 years, she's making 60,000. Example, double the salary. Okay. After 5 years, slowly she increased and she's making 60,000 rupees every month. The other girl, she started 30K, but after the same 5 years, now she's earning 3 lakhs per month. Did you ever see such scenarios in live examples, friends? Please type yes. In real life, that happens. Do you agree? They start the same, but after 5 years, one girl goes from 30 to 60, the other girl goes from 30 to 3 lakhs, 10 times more money. Why? You know why? Because the girl who's making 3 lakhs now, 10 times more money, you know why she's making that kind of money? Because she's more valuable in the marketplace. So continue the example I'm trying to give you. If you join my company, imagine for a second you join my company and you're working so excellently well that because of your work, if my company is making 10 lakh profit every month, will I pay you 3 lakh? Of course, yes, isn't it? Because the more value you provide to my company, the more valuable you become, the more valuable you are, the more money I pay you. Simple logic, isn't it? The more valuable you are in the marketplace, the more money you make, my friends. Now, this sounds logically correct, but the question must ask me is, how can I become so valuable? Isn't it? Only when you provide me 10 lakh worth value, I pay you 3 lakh worth salary, right? The question you must ask me is, how can I become so valuable? Please write down the next sentence. Your value is equal to. I want to remember this formula, my friends. Your value is equal, write down, your skill level. Please understand this, my friends. If you are getting into careers, this is what I want to remember for a lifetime. Your value is equal to your skill level. Please understand this way, that if skill is the root, money is the fruit. That's how you understand, friends. The more skills you have, the more valuable you are, no matter where you work, the more valuable, the more money. Did you understand the formula? Please type yes in the chat box, please. Your money is your value in the marketplace and your value is your skill level. Let me give a very simple example. I am getting my house constructed, okay? Let me give an example. I'm getting my house constructed, okay? And I need an electrician and I need a plumber. So one fellow came to me and he said, sir, I'm an electrician. The second fellow came, he said, sir, I'm a plumber. A third fellow came and he said, sir, I'm an electrician come plumber. Now you tell me, whom do you think I will hire? Type your answer, 1, 2 or 3. First fellow is electrician, second is plumber, third is electrician come plumber. Whom do you think I will hire? And more importantly, among these three, whom do you think will generally make more money? Among these three, who will generally make more money? Obviously, the third person, isn't it? Why? Understand, my friends, the first person has only got one skill, plumbing. The second person has got only one skill, electrician. The third person has got two skills, electrician cum plumbing. More skills is more valuable, more money. From this basic example to the CEO of any company, that's the same logic in the career world, friends. The more skills you have, my dear friend, the more valuable, the more money. Do you understand this? So if you are just a bookworm, just getting busy, getting your marks and percentages, if you are someone who is just thinking that just by getting your qualification, you're going to get a great career in the future, please come out of that shell and understand the power of ASK. It is your personal responsibility, friends, to start working on your skills and your attitude. That's exactly what top 4% people do, by the way. Now the question is, how do you build your skills and how do you build your attitude? Friends, 2 quick habits I want you to build starting today. I don't know if you have these habits or not. If you do not have these habits, I want you to right now to take a decision to build these 2 habits, friends. Now, by the way, these 2 habits are the habits of top 4%. Enough of looking at 96%, friends. Let's change your level of life and let's look at the top 4% now. The first habit, friends, I want you starting today, no matter what you're doing in life, I want you to start into the habit of reading fantastic books. If you already have this habit, please pat yourself. If you do not have this habit, take a decision and do it right away, friends. Get into the habit of reading great books. Friends, do you know this, that there are books on this planet which can change your life? There are books which can instill confidence. There are books which can improve your memory. There are books which can help you to build leadership skills. There are books which can improve your communication. There are books which can help you in team building. There are books, friends, which can help you to have a great career, change your life, transform you, and make you successful. And we call such books as self-help books. Friends, let me ask you this question. There's this mantra. The top 4% people, they follow a fantastic mantra, and that's called 1 book a week. Please shout and say that. Everyone, 1 book a week. Say it again. 1 book a week. Now, when I say 1 book a week, I don't mean Swati and Andhra Bhumi, okay? 1 book a week, I mean the self-help book. Everyone, please type in the chat 1 book a week. Everyone, please do it. In the chat, type 1 book a week. You want to excel in your career? This is the first habit I want you to build, friends. Friends, I don't just want to teach you a bag of tricks as to what careers to choose. I want to always help you from the root level. This is the first habit I want you to build. 1 book a week, friends. Let me tell you what it means. We have 52 weeks in a year, right? Let's say 2 weeks we go for vacation. We have 50 weeks a year. 1 book a week is 50 books a year, friends. Let me ask you this puzzle. I want everyone to think and answer in the chat box, okay? Please think and answer it in the chat box. Friends, a small puzzle for you. Now, friends, there's this small boy, 10 years age boy, little fellow, 10 years boy. He was lost in a forest, okay? I want to listen to this puzzle and answer me genuinely in the chat. There's a little boy, 10 years age. He was once lost in the forest, a big forest. He was lost there. He searched, but he couldn't find the way out. So he has no other options. So he started living in the forest. So slowly he became a Mowgli. He became a Tarzan. He lived in the forest for 70 long years, friends. 70 years, imagine. At the age of 10, he comes in, plus 70. He became 80 years old fellow. At the age of 80 years, one day, as he was walking in the forest, he found a way out of the forest. At the age of 80, he found a way out of the forest. You know what he did? He didn't say Yahoo and he didn't come out. No, he's a great man with a great heart and the great intention. You know what he did, friends? Once he found the way out of the forest, he came inside, he dug some paths, he put some arrows, signs, symbols, and then he came out. I want everyone to answer in the chat, why do you think he did that? After he found the way out, he didn't just straight go out of the forest. He came back in, he dug the paths, symbols, signs, arrows, he put all of them, and then he came out of the forest. Why do you think he did that, friends? Why? Very simple, right? Because he's a great man. As I mentioned, he's a great man with a great heart and a great intention. Well, what he thought? He thought, my life is almost done. I'm 80 years now. I may die tomorrow or day after. But if my next generation, if anyone falls in this forest, they shouldn't struggle like me, isn't it? Right answer. Yeah. So he thought, if the next generation, anyone falls in this forest, they shouldn't struggle like me. So with that great intention, he put the arrow signs and symbols, and then he came out, right? Now, friends, my question to all of you now. Imagine for a second that you have fallen in the same forest. I want you to imagine for a second, you have fallen in the same forest now. My dear friends, you have two options now. Option one, you can think, why should I care to listen to what he's saying? Why should I care to follow his advice? I will find my own way out. So thinking so, you may spend another 70 years and may or may not find the way out of the forest. Or option two, you can look at those paths and signs and symbols and arrows, and you can come out of the forest in just 7 days. Now you type your answers, friends. What will you do? 70 years or 7 days? Please type your answers. You have two options. Whether you can think, why should I care about following what his advice, and you can find your own way if you may take another 70 years. Or option two, you can just take those paths and signs and symbols and come out in 7 days. What would you do, friends? Obviously 7 days, right? That's obvious, right? That's exactly what a book is, my friends. Please understand this. Who writes a book? Not everybody walks on the road, writes a book, isn't it, friends? Who writes a book? Who come to a position in life. For example, Les Brown, Anthony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Earl Nightingale, Patricia Fripp, Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Nick Vujicic, Robin Sharma. I'm talking about Mahatma Gandhi, Abdul Kalam. I'm talking about some of the best writers on the planet. Let's take example of Abdul Kalam, sir. You know what Abdul Kalam sir thought? He thought, to become Abdul Kalam, the world knows, it took me 70 long years, isn't it? He had many struggles in his life. So what he thought? He's a great man with a great heart and a great intention. Abdul Kalam sir thought, if anybody, so I had many struggles to come to this level, but if anybody from the next generation, if they have to become successful in this career, they should not struggle like me. So with that intention, he took a book and a pen and he wrote all the life lessons he learned for a lifetime. Again, you have two options now, my friend. Option one, you can think, why should I care to listen to him? I'll find my own way out to become successful like Abdul Kalam. Or option two, you can just take that book and in 7 days, read it and learn the life lessons he learned for a lifetime in just a week's time. What will you do, friends? 70 years or 7 days? Please type your answers, please. Everyone. Did you understand the logic, friends? That's exactly what a book is, my friend. What they took a lifetime to learn, they put it in a nutshell in a book, and you can learn it in just 7 days. Now think of this, friends. Think of this. If you look at me, like suppose my name is Satish Valiveti, by the way, and my dream is I want to be a world-class speaker. Okay, that's my dream. My dream is I want to be a world-class speaker. I'm not one yet, right? I'm not one yet. So let's say I'm a work in progress. Okay, right now, let's say I'm a work in progress. Now, as someone like me, just imagine, someone like me who's just a work in progress, if I come and sit with you, and if I speak to you for 1 hour like this, if this session is adding some value to you, if world-class people come and speak to you, will your life change? Yes or no, my friends? Type your answers, please. If just a work-in-progress fellow, if he comes and speaks to you like this for an hour, if this session is adding some value to you, imagine world-class people coming and talking to you. Will your life change? Yes or no, friends? Please call them, my friends. Call Mahatma Gandhi, call Abdul Kalam, call Robin Sharma, call Les Brown. They'll come and sit next to you, my friends, virtually, and they'll teach you in the form of the book. 1 book a week, my friends, is 50 books a year. You know what it means? It means 50 genius minds. 50 world-class people will sit next to you starting today. And for the next 1 year, they're going to help you sit next to you and help you to build your skills. And believe me, your life will never be the same again, friends. Imagine 50 genius minds sitting next to you for the next 1 year and helping to build your skills. Your life will never be the same again, friends. That's how the top 4% build their skills. You want to read your academic subjects, please go ahead and read them, but do not stop with that. Make sure you date with a book. I repeat, date with a book, my friends. You have no idea the kind of immense value you gain out of it. 50 books a year can transform your life, my friend. You know, the sad part, or the funny part is an average Indian student reads only 1 book a year. Genuinely type your answers, friends. How many books have you read in 2020? Genuinely, please type your answers. In 2020, how many self-help books have you read? 6. I'm sure most of you have not read more than 10 books, right? Some people have read 6. I'm sure most of you even read one book. Friends, genuinely type answer me if you have not read even one book. Please type me in the chat if you have not read even one book in 2020 on self-help. Isn't it, my friends? See, that's the point, friends. Understand this. An average Indian student reads only one book a year. And imagine if you're reading 50 books a year, look at the advantage you have. You look at the edge, look at the special advantage you have over other students who are going to the interviews. Remember, I talked about A girl and B girl. A girl is college topper, B girl is average pass out. She gets a job. Why? Because she's got communication skills, rapport building skills, team building skills. Where do you think she acquired that? The first habit, my friends, is one book a week. Also, the top 4% don't stop there. You know what they do? Besides reading the books, they get into how do they build their skills? One great option is one book a week. I want you to genuinely start that. Now, if you want to know what books to read, friends, okay? Now, the question you may ask me is, which books should I read? Just give me a second. I will... Okay. Right. So which books to read, friends? What I'll do is, I'm going to give you my WhatsApp number, friends, on the chat. It's 903-000-1012. Right, friends. If you have your phone handy, just go to WhatsApp and send me that's my WhatsApp number. Send me the word books. Just send me one word, books. I'll send you the list of some of the best books on the planet, which can help you to elevate your skills and make your life fantastic. Right, so that's my WhatsApp number. It's 903-000-1012. Right, so just send me the word books, my friends, and I'll send you some of the best books that you can read and benefit from. I'll give a list of some great books where you can start with them, right? So the second habit I want you to build, my friends, is please make sure that you make your traveling time your learning time. That's what the world-class people do, by the way. The top 4%, you know what they do? Now, I know right now it's Corona, so we're sitting at home, but I'm sure this Corona will not stay all our life, right? Please make your car your mobile classroom. Please make your bus. If you're traveling by bus, please make it your mobile classroom, friends. You know, that's what the world-class people do. Tomorrow, when you get into a job, when you get into a career, when you buy your own car, I'm sure you will buy one. When you buy your car, get into the habit of making your car your mobile classroom. Building your attitude, building your skills is a lifelong process. It's not just about getting into the job, my friends. Once you get into a career, you get into a job, you don't want to stop there. You want to grow and continue the ladder and get into the managerial positions, isn't it? And for that, you need to constantly upgrade your skills. So the second habit top 4% people have, they make their car their mobile classroom. You know, the average Indian spends more than 2,000 hours in a year in the car. That's what it will be. Tomorrow, when you get into a job, when you get into your career, you know, I'm sure that, you know, you'll be traveling to your job, you're coming back home every day, up and down. If you calculate the hours, in a year, you spend more than 2,000 hours in the car alone. And if you can transform that into a mobile classroom, there are some fantastic audios available. You know, the great books, the books are available in audio format also. There's some great seminars happening all around the world. There's some great podcasts which can help you to transform. So please make sure you build this habit, friends. You want to be having a great career, you got to build the habits of top 4%, friends. Make your car, make your traveling your mobile classroom, right? Also, please make sure that you take courses, my friends. Invest in your brain. I don't know how much you invest in your clothes, in your shoes, in your makeup and all that. Go ahead, do it. That's nice. You know, it's always nice if you look good, you feel good, your self-esteem improves, and that's necessary. But it's all the more necessary that you invest in your brain. Please make sure you build this habit of continuously learning and, you know, build this habit of taking online courses. There are great sessions happening out there. And especially with this Corona thing happening around, it's actually a blessing in disguise. That's how I look at it. So you spend a lot of time at home. You're watching web series, you're watching movies. Go ahead, do them. Nothing wrong. But just don't do only that. Make sure you learn some great stuff. There is a lot of online courses available out there. For example, I'm sure you know this website called Udemy. I don't know how many of you know it. I'm just typing it in the chat box here. It's called udemy.com. That's an example of one resource of a website where you get a lot of online courses on various concepts. Either technical knowledge, you want to build technical skill, or you want to learn soft skill, that's a great place you can go to, udemy.com, and just go try and just watch. Now that's a platform where a lot of online courses are available. So get enrolled today, and that's actually very, very cost effective. Like, each online course is below 1,000 rupees. Okay, less than 1,000. Like today, we go for a movie to a Inox theater. We're spending good amount of money. So invest in your brain too, right? So, and friends, one more thing I want to do, IVO. Make a note of it, friends. The next topic you're going to understand about your career is IVO. Make a note of it, friends. You understood ASK so far. Let's also understand IVO. I really wish I had more time with you, friends. Anyway, so IVO. Now, what is IVO, friends? Please write down input versus output. Input versus output. I want everyone to understand this IVO very, very clearly, because this will decide your career. IVO, friends, input versus output. One of the biggest mistakes many parents do and many students do in selecting their career, in selecting their job, is they only look at the output. They do not look at the input. Let me explain, friends. You know how parents select careers for their children? Parents, they look at the future. For parents, always the children's future is important, right? So the way parents look at a career for their children is they look at the future. For example, software. My daughter might make my son into software. Accountancy has got great career options. So they always look at the future. Okay, that's the future. That's the only way the parents look at it. Most parents career output. They decide the output. And how do students? 3 ways they do it. Students, they have 3 ways of choosing their career. How they choose their output. Their final output is what they want to achieve. 1, they go with their friends. Most students, how they go. My best friends are getting into this career, even I'll get into this career. They go with their friends. Or 2, students, they go with the name catchy. You know what name catchy means? Fashion designer. Yeah, I want to be fashion designer. Army commander. Wow, I want to be army. See, if they like the name, or option 3, they go in space. So I'll become a space engineer. I'm interested in software, so I'll get into software. So majority of students and parents, what they do is they choose their output, the final career output. They choose it based on either future or interest or name catchy or with friends. Unfortunately, friends, all these 4 ways are unscientific, because in all these 4 methods you're trying to select your career, the input is being neglected. You're looking at the output, but the input, you're neglecting it. What is the input? Is your inner psychology, my friend. Please understand this. Not everyone can do every job. Please understand that no matter what you do, you cannot make A.R. Rahman a IIT topper. Please understand this. You cannot make MS Dhoni a software engineer, an excellent software engineer. Please understand that everybody has their own strengths and their own inner psychology. Most people, we neglect to look at what we are born with, the input and output. Before you select your output, friends, it's important you understand your input, friends. What is input is your inner psychology. Let me give an example. See, I have 2 sons, okay, Satvik and Siddharth. Now, let's say, for example, they're studying grade 9 and grade 7, okay. So let's say, now, as a father, I decided, okay, fine. So I want to make my elder son a doctor. Why? As a father, na dikkumal reasons naguntai. I'll have my own reasons, like, my family are doctors. So if I make him a doctor, he'll be fine. So that's how we think, right? The future. Doctor future is good, so I'll make him a doctor. That's how parents think. They look at the future. But maybe my elder son, if he looks at blood, he gets dizzy. Some people are hypersensitive like that. So my elder son, if he looks at blood, he gets dizzy. Now, that's his inner psychology, friends. Or doctor is emergency service. Even in midnight, if it's an emergency case, he has to go run and attend that. Maybe my son is not capable of doing that. Now, that's his inner psychology. Do you understand, friends? If I don't look at his inner psychology, and if I just force him to be a doctor, maybe he'll become a doctor, but he'll not click in life, my friends. I can show you so many My friends, many of my friends are doctors. Some of them are making lakhs every month, and some of them are actually catching flies, no patients. You know why? The doctor who's making lakhs every month, his input is matching his output. But for the doctor who's just catching flies, his input and output are not matching. I'm making sense to you, friends. It is important, my dear friend, that you know the shocking fact in the multinational companies, 70% employees are working with half-heartedness. That's the reality, my friends. They're just doing because they have. Why? Because their input, their inner psychology, their stress, the career they choose is something else. Two areas, once you take a decision, you can't come back. One is your career. So let's talk about marriage later. Let's talk about career now. If you really want to excel in your career, my friends, one, start building ASK. That part you understood. The second part you need to understand is you need to understand your inner psychology, my friends. You need to really understand what is your inner psychology, and then according to your inner psychology, your input, if you choose your output, life is fantastic. Or else, as a psychologist, I get a lot of cases, friends. The tragedy part is, as a psychologist, I get so many cases every month, and we call those cases career dilemma cases. For example, one girl comes, she's doing her MBBS third year now, and she says, I will not do it. Not my cup of tea. See, nobody forced her to become a doctor. She said, I want to be a doctor right from childhood, but now she realizes it's not her cup of tea. Now, parents don't know what to do now. They can't go back to class 10 and start all over again, isn't it? They spent literally 1.5 crores so far on her for her MBBS, and now she says, not my cup of tea. The one boy comes and is doing his second year BTech, and he says, I don't want to do this, not my cup of tea. A lot of career dilemma cases happen, friends. A lot of people get into jobs and they're not really happy, they're not fulfilled. You know why? Their input and their output are not matching. I don't want that to happen with you, friends. So before even you choose your career today, before even you get into a job, you need to first understand whether that output you're looking for is suiting your input or not. Now, how do you identify that? Your input is your inner psychology. Friends, let me tell you first, I'm purposefully speaking very fast here, friends, because I want to cover a good portion in the limited time I got. I hope you're okay with that. Please, if you're okay, type okay, please. Right? So, friends, how do you identify your inner psychology? Inner psychology is four things. So quickly make a note of it, friends. Your input. First, understand your input, then choose your output. That's what I suggest as a psychologist and a career counselor. First, understand your input, friends. Every one of you understand your input first, then choose your output. It's one life, friends, and not a rehearsal. So if you want to get into a job and have a great career, you should know your input, friends. Inner psychology is four things. Make a note of it. You should know your inner psychology. It's your life. You should know it. It's your right. It's your responsibility to know it. Inner psychology is four things. One is, write down the first part of inner psychology, understanding your input. First thing is called MI. Make a note of it. How to identify your input? Four areas you should know. One is your MI. MI means, write down, multiple intelligence. MI is multiple intelligence. Number two you should know is LR. LR. Make a note of it. First is MI. Second is LR. Number three is called VAK. 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 And the last one is called PER. I repeat, MI, LR, VAK, PER. These four things combination is called inner psychology, friends. What do you mean? First one is MI, multiple intelligence. Do you know, my friends, psychology has proven time and again that every human being is born on this planet with 8 intelligences. Do you know that? It doesn't matter who you are. We're all born with 8 intelligences: artistic, linguistic, logical, musical, interpersonal, spatial, bodily, and so they're born with 8 intelligences. I repeat, artistic, linguistic, logical, interpersonal, spatial, bodily, and hello, I got lost. Friends, can you hear me? Please type yes in the chat box, please. Can you hear me? Okay, good. So fine. Okay, some technical issue. So there are 8 intelligence we're born with, friends. Okay, and you know the good news. Out of this 8, everybody will have at least 2 dominant. Do you know that? 2 minimum dominants will be there. Some people will have 3 dominant. Some may have 4 dominant, but 2 is a minimum dominance guaranteed. So your dominance and my dominance may differ, but both of us are intelligent here, but your intelligence, my intelligence differ because our dominance differ. You understand? So first thing you should know is what among these 8 intelligence, what is your dominance? Please understand. Suppose if your logical intelligence is dominance, some careers suit you very well. If artistic intelligence is dominant for you, some other careers will suit you, friends. So you need to understand among these 8, how many do you have dominant and what are the dominants? That's the first thing you should understand. The second thing is VAK. Please understand, second one is LR, right? LR. LR means left brain, right brain dominance. If you're a left brain dominant person, you're more logical in nature. If you're a right brain dominant person, you're more creative in nature. So what is your dominance? Friends, you know, your dominance decides what you're more capable of doing. And if you go in that direction, your career can be much more sweeter and much more fruitful. The third thing is VAK. You know what VAK stands for, friends? Do you know the fact that when we are born, everybody there sitting there and watching me, when you're born on this planet, Mire, so small, sweet, cute, tender, the first day you're born on this planet, do you know the first day, from the first day, the first 5 years, your 5 senses develop? Do you know that? 5 years, 5 senses develop. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin develop. That is why, you must have seen this small kids, chotu kids who keep, crawling on the floor. Anything you give them, they keep in the mouth. Have you seen that? Anything you give them, they keep it in the mouth. They don't eat it. Actually, they develop the sense of their tongue. And anything you give them, they throw it down. It's not that they throw it. They actually hear the sound. Parents em chestaru, catch cheyakodu, padenivali, and they hear the sound. Itla, the first 5 years, while chinna chestal toti, what happens, friends? The children, the first 5 years, they build their 5 senses. Even that's what even you and I did when we were below 5 years. Andiga telsa okapudu, that is why children were not sent to school till age 5. Do you know that? Once upon a time in our society, children were not sent to school till age 5 because parents gave them that space to build their senses. Here situation where ankondi pregnant ladies ke headphones ichi IIT class cheppestunarata. Anyway, so the first 5 years, the 5 senses develop for you, friends. And basing on how your senses developed, do you know, my friend, by the time you come to age 5, you know what happens? Your learning capability changes. By the time you come to age 5, everyone watching this session, by the time you come to age 5, friends, your learning capability changes. Some of you may have become V learners, some A learners, some K learners. V learners are visual learners. You're more visual learners. Some are A learners means auditory learners, auditory. They're more audio based. Some are kinesthetic learners. The kinesthetic learners are the one learn by learning and feeling and moving and touching and sensing. That's how they learn. If you're a visual learner, some careers suit you better. If you're an auditory learner, some other careers will suit you. If you're a kinesthetic learner, some other careers will suit you, friends. Do you understand this? And finally, PER stands for personality. Do you know that a lot of research was done on human beings for decades together, by centuries together by psychologists, and they understood that personalities can be broadly categorized into 4. They have named them as owls, eagles, peacocks, and doves. They just named them like that. So your personality, either you are an eagle or an owl or a dove or a peacock. Which one is better? All 4 are better. They have their own pros and cons, right? So, but if your personality is an eagle, some careers suit you. If you are an owl, some of the careers will suit you. Please understand that not everyone can do everything, friends. Let me give an example of personality. Do you agree if I say this? Type your answer in the chat box. Do you agree that some people, no matter what you do, they cannot work in a team? Have you seen that, friends? There are some people, no matter what you do, they can't work in a team. If you put them in a team, they go into a shell and their work diminishes. But there are some people who you put them in a team, they skyrocket. Individually, they don't do much, but you put them in the team, they skyrocket. Why? It's because of the personality difference, friends. One more example. Let's say two girls of your age, okay? The students watching this, imagine your age, 2 girls, same age group. One girl, let's say, for example, if I call that girl and I give her 2,000 rupees and says, my dear girl, go to the street end, go take a left, go to the 3rd shop, buy this for me, take the change correctly, count it, then cross the road carefully, go to the 2nd shop, buy this, take the change correctly, now again do this. You know what the girl says? Don't tell me all that. Tell me what you want, I'll get you. She doesn't like such detailed explanation. And you know the funny part, one more girl of the same age group. Now, second girl, if you don't tell her in that detailed manner, she gets confused. You must tell her in that order, or else she'll forget. Why? The difference, again, the same age group, right? But the difference is personality, friends. I am making sense so far. Type yes in the chat box, please. It is your responsibility, friends. It's your life, your career. You need to understand what is your dominant multiple intelligence. You must know what is your left and right brain dominance. You must learn what is your VAK, which is your dominant. You should know your personality, friends. Now, this combination of all these four is what is your input. Once you know this, then if you choose your career, your output based on this input, then there's a high probability of you having a fantastic career. Now, once you decide it from this scientific perspective, you decide your career, then you build your attitude, skills, and knowledge. There's no looking back, you become unstoppable. This is exactly what top 4% people do. Now, the question you can ask me is, how do I know my multiple intelligence? How do I know my VAK dominance? How do I know my LR dominance? How do I know my personality? Whether I'm an eagle, owl, or dove, peacock, how do you know it? Very, very simple. Thanks to psychologists around you. You can go and meet any psychologist in your city. Or you can also come to me. It's up to you, okay? You have my WhatsApp number. So either you can contact me, or you can go to any psychologist for that matter. Just go and tell them that I want input like these four, okay? I want multiple intelligence, LR, VAK, personality test to be done. So you should tell them that these four is what I want. Like, for the physical body, you go and ask for tests. So you say, I want HB test to be done. I want my blood test to be done, like that. And similarly, for the psychologist, you go and tell them, I want these four tests to be done. What they do is they'll conduct some examination for you. It's called psychometric tests, okay? And then they'll ask you questions. Good news about that exam, friends. Even before you write the examination, you get full marks. And exams don't take that, because in this exam, to test these four, there are no wrong answers. Whatever you write is right. But please write it genuinely, right? So once you finish that test, if you give 3 to 4 working days time, they'll generate a report for you, and that report will exactly tell you what's your inner personality, what's your input, and that report will also suggest you what careers to choose. And that's how you can be more scientifically approaching your career. And then parallelly, if you build your attitude, skills, and knowledge, your life will never be the same again. And before we conclude today's session, friends, there's one last habit I want you to build, and that's called, you need to agree this fact, friends. Today we live in a competitive world. So no matter what career you choose, you need to have this work-life balance. You need to have peace of mind and not get stressed out, right? So please, I strongly recommend, friends, please make meditation a simple habit for you. Now here, I know some of you might be thinking this, that I tried meditation, but I'm not able to focus. So I have good news for all of you here, friends. I made a very simple tool called visual meditation. Okay, it's called visual meditation. If you really want to stay focused in life, if you want to excel in your career, and in the process don't want to get stressed out, there's a beautiful concept called visual meditation, friends. What you can do is, in my WhatsApp, you can just send me the letters VM. Okay, VM stands for visual meditation. I'll send you the link, the tool to you. You can start using it so that your life, you can elevate it to stress-free life. And I can also send me books to me on my WhatsApp number. I'll send you a list of some great books. You can be in touch with me on the WhatsApp so that we can take our life to the next level, right? And you can also actually, friends, you can go to my YouTube channel, and you can keep watching my other videos so that, you can gain some more knowledge. I'm going to put my YouTube channel here. So I sent the link just now here on the chat. You can just click on that link. You can just click on that link, and that's my YouTube channel. You can just subscribe to the channel so that you can watch all my current videos and the future videos. So we can be in touch constantly through that YouTube and the WhatsApp number I gave you. So my WhatsApp number, one more time, is 903-000-1012, right? So send me the word books, send me the word VM. I'll send you those links so that you can benefit from them, right? Friends, it's been a pleasure and a privilege spending time with you this 1 hour in this meeting. So I hope I added some value to you. If you have any questions, I'm just one phone call away, right? Thank you so much once again. I would personally thank Amarnath sir for giving me this opportunity, the ICT Academy.
Sir, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your time, and it was really a fantastic speech. In fact, the first time I got to hear you speaking fully.
Oh yeah, thank you,
It
sir.
was really a fantastic session, sir. And I now hand it over to the college authorities to take it forward.
Sir, it was really awesome, sir. I wish we could spend more time, but somehow we organized this meeting for only 1.5 hours. But still, sir, in future, like any chance of organizing live sessions, definitely we would get back to you, sir. And I really, I am telling from bottom of my heart, I thoroughly enjoyed, and it was awesome, sir. So much of information you gave and so many tips you gave to the students, and I'm sure all students must have got connected with all those simple examples. And it was more like, our own Telugu guy, telling, stories and, giving some nice tips and nice guidance. It's more of like, rather than career planning, it's like, motivational session. So truly, sir, it will definitely help the students. And I once again, from bottom of my heart and from the management of Stella College, I thank you. And I now invite Sudha Gayatri to render vote of thanks for this session.
2 minutes before the vote of thanks, madam.
Yeah,
And it's really nice to see close to 90 students attending this session, especially on a Saturday. It's really nice to see the interest level of the students. And my humble request will be not only to attend the session, but whatever sir has guided
Okay, sir.
few students all this time, it will be really great if you start practicing it, because for any of the speaker, the ultimate thrill or the kick will be the students implementing the session, whatever he has told. Would request all the students of this 88, if at least half of the students start practicing whatever sir has said, that would be the real kick for ICT Academy and also for the sir.
Yes, sir, you're true, sir. And also, there's YouTube live going on. So there's the session is recorded. So I think most of the people are watching YouTube live also. And I'll share the link also, sir, with you.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Now I'll invite Sudha Gayatri to give a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event to all dignitaries assembled here. I would like to thank our chief guest, Mr. Satish Veliveti, CEO, Aspiring Minds, for his insightful lecture. I would like to thank Mr. Ram Kumar, member of ICT Academy, for his support. I would also like to thank our beloved principal, vice principal, academic deans, IQAC member, staff members and students for making this program a grand success. Once again, I thank one and all present here. Thank you.
Okay. Before we end, can I just make a small request, friends? I just sent you a link right now. That's my feedback link. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Request every participant here. Just click on that link and provide me your feedback, please. It will be of immense value.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Amarnath, sir, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you for accommodating your time in the midst of your busy schedule, sir.
It was my pleasure, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Once again, sir. Once again, thank you, sir. Thank you, Amarnath, sir, for organizing this session. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And I thank Ram Kumar, sir, also in helping us organizing this session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All the best, students. Thank you.
Thank you.
Roja ma'am, shall I end the meeting?